Have you ever felt that deep need to be truly seen, to be acknowledged for who you really are? But at the same time, you're terrified of what might happen if people actually see who you are, with all your flaws, your quirks, and your vulnerabilities. It is a tricky spot to be in, right? We crave connection, but we also know that being vulnerable can sometimes feel like standing on the edge of a cliff, and you don't really know if someone will catch you or if will push you over. And isn't it funny how society, especially for women, has made this even more complicated? We're encouraged to be open, to share, to connect, but only within certain limits. We can be vulnerable, but not too vulnerable. We can be authentic, but only if it fits what's considered acceptable. But what happens when your truth doesn't really fit neatly into those lines? When who you are, your values, the way you live doesn't really match what society expects. This tension between being authentic and fitting isn't just about what others say, really. It's about that deep human need to be acknowledged as we truly are. We all want to feel that our existence matters, that who we are underneath is awarded of recognition. And that's just not a feeling, it's a basic human need. In fact, research suggests that being seen and acknowledged contribute towards our sense of belonging and self-worth. But where it gets tricky is when we allow ourselves to be seen and open ourselves to judgment and criticism or rejection. And people will start to talk about us, right? We judge, assume that their way is the correct way of being, living, doing, whatever that is. And that's the risk, isn't it? Vulnerability is a double-edged sword, to be honest. It is necessary for genuine connection, but it can also feel like a threat to our sense of preservation. It's that fear of being hurt, of having someone taking what they know about you and use against you, that makes us hesitate. I can relate to that. When I was younger, I trusted people, friends, family, even acquaintances, because I wanted to believe that if I showed them my true self, they would understand and accept me. But then time and time again, I found that some people just used what they know about me to hurt me, manipulate me, and sometimes try to control me. And when that happens, trust doesn't really break, it shatters. It took me years to learn how to discern people's motivations, to understand who really had my best interest at heart and who didn't. Yep, I learned in a hard way. So how can we be honest without getting hurt? How do we stay authentic without losing ourselves in the process of trying to conform or protect our vulnerabilities? For me, it has been finding a way to stay grounded, even when facing external resistance to my way of living. My life hasn't really followed a standard path. I don't fit the mold of what society expects from someone my age. And that has caused a lot of internal conflict for a long time. Another thing I want to say is that in this channel, I am never here to talk at you, but I wanted to share what I have experienced, and hopefully I will be able to help somehow. And here is what I have learned. It's possible to stay true to yourself and maintain your peace without feeling like you are constantly battling others. When I encounter resistance or criticism about my choices, I approach with a blend between honesty and diplomacy. If it feels right, I will state my opinion in a clear, factual, and to the point way. I will listen and acknowledge what the other person have to say, the perspective, but I don't feel really compelled to take in unless it truly resonates with me. It's really about picking your battles, because otherwise you will find yourself living a life where you're constantly in a state of conflict, and that's exhausting, really. Keeping your peace requires something crucial: the courage to be disliked. I get stuff. We are wired for approval. We want others to like us. But the reality is, you are not for everyone. I am definitely not for everyone. But that's okay, because making peace with that fact, it is liberating. It will allow you to be intentional about the people you choose to interact with and have in your life. It gives you that space to be yourself without the constant pressure to fit into someone else's expectations. Vulnerability might feel like a double-edged sword, but is also your greatest strength. Believe that. Is what allows you to connect with others on a deep level, to build relationships that are really real. So be comfortable with your own skin and protect your peace, but allow yourself to be seen, not by everyone, but by those that truly matters to you. Thanks for watching and take care.